So, I'm back. 2022, we did a YouTube series following and documenting my prep, and it's 2025, possibly my last ever season competing because I've got other shit I want to do. It is 5 AM and I'm still a little bit tired, but I'm going to walk you through what prep's looking like right now. So, we are 4.5 weeks in, which in all honesty is going really, really well. All we've done is push up fat burners. So we got plenty of roll. Started off at 40, it's moved up to about 120, which is sound. Day one on 120 was horrible, but I've adapted pretty quick. And you can buy it 10 milligrams. If anyone remembers from like last prep, I couldn't take the Himbine because obviously my headspace was a lot different on in 2022, and I couldn't utilise it at all, and so we just had to run clean. But this year, head's in a much better place, making my life so much easier, and I feel good for it. So we were having no issues running it. So literally my morning routine at the moment is get up at 5, take some growth hormone, and get yourself down doing cardio with the fat burners in play. But before that, obviously, we have a coffee. But we're going to do our growth hormone now, Ninja Free IU. And then we'll take our fat burners, get ourselves down to the gym, and then get our cardio done. 40 minutes on the stairs, and then we start our day. And I'll see you at the gym. This year, I'm doing very much meal plan. Martin has set me meal plan to eat, which suits me. I do like the flexibility of food, but from what I recognised last time on prep, so in 2022, was when I had too much flexibility with food. Even though I was still eating well, I was changing my meals all the time. I had the ability to have too much taste in my diet, and too much taste on prep can sort of send your appetite high, and it's not really hunger, so you crave more food because you made tasty things. So although I make my food quite tasty, I have tried my hardest not to make it too tasty, just so that when I finish a meal, I'm satisfied. So for meals 3, 4, we got potatoes, 5 potatoes as well. I found rice just isn't digesting well with me. I'm not enjoying it. It's taking me too long to eat because I'm still on 6 meals a day. So I literally finish training and I need time before I eat, and a lot of the time I don't have that much time because I still need to get all the food in. So the potatoes air fried seem to be the best option. They're just much more palatable. Why does that say 400? That's definitely not 400 grams. Always check, guys. There we go. For some reason this air fryer weighs a bit more, this compartment even. So 400. So literally all I do then, whack some couple of calorie spray on it, literally just fill it up, whack them in the air fryer, on roast setting for 15 minutes, and then that 15 minutes I'll typically do another 5 on max crisp, but the roast just softens the potato perfectly. I use baby potatoes for ease. I've got my bottle for every morning. I do at least 1 bottle of that a day, and then I just have my own water, but that just makes it really easy to track. Chicken wise, I'm obsessed with Costco seasoning at the moment. I'll show you which one. It's like 12 calories, but it does make life really easily. So we got 510 grams there, minus that fucking ringing bit of fat on the side. You should be bang on. Get rid of that. Yep. The thing is, when you've done it for so long, you can literally guesstimate what you're going to need, and it's pretty much down to the T. So literally the minus bit I had to remove there, and it was all good. So this is the seasoning, this bad boy here. It's like a buttery steakhouse. Don't know how we've done it, but Americans, we managed to do everything. So literally I just season that now in a bowl. Again, 3 or 4 sprays. Close that off. Shake it up, and then I'll cook that after I've done my breakfast. So breakfast is dead straightforward. We have breakfast is dead straightforward, and I do my post-workout meal at the same time as I do my breakfast. So we've got designer rice pudding from ESN, which is 100% better than oats, and also it's just dead easy to prep. On top of that, I will not use plastic Tupperware, so if you ever see any of my videos or anything I post, I will never use plastic Tupperware. I think from years of competing and training and having lived out of Tupperware and used plastic back in the day, and things like that, I found that the taste runs through into the plastic. So I just find that you actually taste all the food with glass. And obviously, I just don't really think that reheating food in plastic containers is great for you. So there's obviously a lot more, you know. There's me talking about plastic containers while I'm smacking in your own fucking gear. So, but you've got to do little things, haven't you? And then literally this design rice pudding, you just add water, add your weight, and you're good to go. So we're just driving up to Meritor now in Leigh, which is Wrexham. So you'll ask me, why do I go up to another gym to train on prep? Literally for 10 years of my life, training was like a massive outlet for me. And although training is still a massive outlet for me and I really enjoy it, with having Elite and having my favourite equipment there, so it's not an equipment thing. The beauty of Meritor is Mike, who owns it, puts a lot of pride and passion into what he has in there too. So I can go up there, have a very similar session, use a few different pieces which he has, but I get a mental break, because even though I'm training in Elite, I never fully switch off. And when I'm on prep, it's so important that I'm turned on, and not in that way, because if I'm not switched on to train on prep, it's like, and I get sidetracked and I start doing something and going back to my session, I run so flat because my food's a bit lower and I'm tired from cardio, you know, the use of Clen and things like that, and how that impacts us, you know, our sort of fatigue. I need to have an outlet, and for me to just sit in the car with a pre-workout for 20 minutes listening to my music and just getting in the right headspace to go and train makes a massive difference to the success of and the enjoyment of training again. You know, even with Elite, when people say to me, oh, I'm having to change gyms for blah 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 reasons, it's like I never ever feel like butthurt by it, because everyone has freedom of choice and there are other good gyms out there. And you know, luckily for me, you know, locally there's nothing quite like what we have. So, you know, I have to travel at least half an hour to get that. And to be honest, I'd say in the Northwest, there's not many other places I would train. You know, I don't mind Prophecy, fucking hate EP. Some of the kit's good, but it's just full of absolute fucking mongs. So I've started avoiding there. I used to go up quite a bit, but just too many fucking people with a fucking snarl on my face, wearing bandanas and thinking we're fucking Jay Cutler. So that place got well and truly fucked off.
Another day. Today is Saturday. Cardio done, food prepped as usual, routine. Managed to steal an arm session, so I didn't plan on being able to steal an arm session today, so I'd kind of done it within my other sessions. I'd just mix it up to a 4-day week, so I'd end up having 3 rest days, which is fine because I can live on rest days and I've ticked every box I wanted to. But I'm getting tattooed today, and Jess said to me, can you come at 11, which is absolutely fine, works for me. Normally I'd be like, fucking hell, it's been eating into my day, but on prep doesn't really do anything. So allowed me to have my breakfast this morning and then get an extra bit of arms in, which was good. Didn't do too much, focused a little bit more on volume because I'd kind of hit the movements I wanted to in the other sessions this week. But also it feels good to be able to have training day food today. However, I don't get hungry when I'm being tattooed. So I normally have my lunch because I'm sat a lot. I just don't know if I'm going to be hungry later. So we'll kind of wing it and just see what happens. You know, if I'll try and force a food in, but I might just text Martin and just say, I can't eat this today. I've been sat in the tattoo chairs all day. Can I just move one meal to tomorrow? Or just fuck it off. You know, I am in a fat loss phase. But interesting conversation this morning. Talking to a member who's going through a fat loss phase. I'm not coached by anyone in the gym or by me, but they were baffled by the fact that I'm dropping so much weight, and I'm not having to move food. Yes, I did say, you know, I do have drugs in play. I'm on cycle, so I'm on test and mast, but I'm a fat burning stack is, you know, a decent amount of clenbuterol, a little bit of yimbine, and a bit of growth hormone. But when I asked him, well, you know, what the weeks look like and, you know, what to expect and why I shape up more, I said I've got more muscles to start with, but also it's like, if you really want something, and that's what bodybuilding's about, it's like you can't leave a stone unturned. It's not about I can't do cardio today because, you know, life gets in the way. It's like, you know, you've got to make time for it. You've got to do it. If that means getting up at 4 a.m, 3 a.m. to get it done, you've just got to fucking get up and get it done. You know, you're on daily cardio 7 days a week, and if you miss one, it's like that is potentially affecting your final product. So there are no slips. It's like, whereas in Gen Pop, it's like, oh, I won't do cardio today, or, you know, I'm on 5 sessions because I can't do 7, or I'm on 4 sessions because I can't do 7. It's like, well, if you really want the results quickly and to be the best possible results, then this is how you do it. And I try and push that through to my clients. It's like, I'm not a coach who will shy away from things. It's like, if your lifestyle dictates you can't do it, obviously I'm not going to give you things which are going to make it unachievable, affect motivation. But if you can get in and you can do it, just fucking do it. And I know it's not easy, but then if it was easy, everyone would be doing it, and it separates you. It's like when people talk about motivation, I've got no interest in motivation at all. It's like, don't get me wrong, some days I go in and I'm really motivated to train, but some days I couldn't fucking be arsed, but I'm still there, I'm still doing it. It's because of a discipline which needs it. You know, 40 minutes on the stepper at 6 a.m. when you're full of clenbuterol, I look at it and I feel like I'm fucking chewing my lips off. I feel back in amnesia in 2010, but I'm not. I'm stood there. I've got to get it done. It's adding to the process, and when you start seeing results and you get to that sort of like 12 to 15% body fat, and you start to see the muscle which you put the work in to gain, it all makes it worthwhile. So when it comes to speaking to your coach, so if I have clients watching this, or if you've got a coach and you think you can do more, when people go on about the minimum effective dose, it's like, to a degree within training, I like that, where if it's cardio and you can fucking push it and you want to burn through fat, more is better, you know, until the point where you're like fatigued to fuck. But that's communication with your coach, knowing that you can sort of pull that back and have a week or a couple of days off and a lie-in, and, you know, dropping down the drugs, you know, you can keep pushing through. So I just when people speak to me about, you know, I'm just not dropping weight, it's like, well, what are you doing? It's like, well, I'm doing, you know, 3 cardio sessions a week and I'm eating, you know, 1,500 calories. It's like, well, for starters, your calories are fucking low. So you either took the piss out of your off season, or you didn't track your food properly when you were doing some sort of like maintenance gaining phase, because you haven't built up enough reservoir for you to warrant dieting at higher set point. So do the work. You know, ultimately a diet is a final process. The work we put in the off season is what matters. And I don't just mean putting on muscle, putting on weight. It's getting your body used to eating at higher set point for a period of time, so when we do pull the plug, it literally fucking falls down the drain. Because if you haven't, you know, that's going to drain very, very quickly, that water, that fat, and you know, you're going to be left with this flat physique, and it's going to be very, very slow and monotonous, and then you're going to blame the coach. But it's just kind of like, we can only tell you what to eat, we can't eat it for you. You've got to be doing the work. So when you say like, oh, I can't eat the food, it's like, well, you just don't want it enough. And it's like, it's the types of food. You don't get fat off eating chicken, rice and pineapple, or fucking, you know, decent meals, eggs and sourdough. You get fat off the lack of structure to your diet, the alcohol, this junk food, the sweet treats and things like that. You know, they're all allowed within a diet. They're all allowed within a gaining phase, but it's knowing, you know, are they actually productive to what we're doing, and, you know, monitoring them and keeping an eye on them for as long as we can. So we are in Stoke, it's Sunday. I have come outside to do a few steps. Jake is competing in a jiu-jitsu comp, so we're up here and I'm just waiting for him to start. And I need to get some food because I've sat down for a bit and I don't want to be behind on steps later. Although I'm not particularly tracking steps at the moment, I do try and just make sure I get my 10k in, just so I'm active, more so for recovery than anything else. So I'm just going in the car, getting a meal, go back in, sit and chill with our Jake until it's time for him to warm up and everything, and then we'll see how
Grab his wrist with your left hand and force it across the you want to sideboard now? He's not on the right. Still with this. There you go. There we go. Set up, Jake. Big chef, Jake.
Nice, Jake.
Keep his hands on the mat, Jake. Turn your toes, turn your toes. Hands down, hands down. Wrap his neck, wrap his neck. Get up, top. Get the feet off you.
Jump on it. Go for it. Go be tight, Jake.
I can't get a better place now. I love that.
fucking right. So, very busy weekend. Saturday I was in the fucking tattoo chair for 9-10 hours, which is great because Jess finished it and I'm so happy with what she's done. What's up, mate? Dash isn't happy, but I'm sat in my car outside the gym. And then obviously I had a lot of steps to catch up on. I haven't got a step target at the moment. I do try and hit 10, but I only managed to get 9 in. And then yesterday I was out in the morning with Jake. He was competing in jiu-jitsu in the morning, which was great. I haven't watched our Jake since one of his first comps, so it was nice to just see how he's always been good at things like that, but just to see the technical aspect of his game really improving. And he came second. He was unlucky not to win the final showdown sort of thing. I call it a showdown with some fella who looked like he's just stepped out of a fucking high school in America with his autism hat on, and he was just very, very fucking good at wrestling, and Jake just couldn't get the lock in about 3 times. He got very close. The fella just managed to sort of weasel his way out of it, but you know, we learn best from our losses, and you know, he'll probably train in a way now or to deal with those things a little bit more. But it was interesting, especially for me, from a performance background, because obviously nowadays I simply work with people in aesthetics, but just to see his routine and things, and I'll catch up with him this week about it, because obviously Jake knows his shit anyway, but it's from an outside point of view to see how to peak someone for a fight. It'd be interesting to just see what he does, because our Jake's very sort of blasé over things. He'll just go and just enjoy it, whereas you know you don't want to take it too seriously, because it's not fucking Cage Warriors or the UFC, but it's you're definitely ways you can sort of like optimize, you know, you running through those processes and making sure that you're fueled enough for 3 bouts that you're fighting in. So anyway, it was fun. And then so we're back on Monday. We're training Elite today because we're doing legs at Meritor tomorrow with Cal and Amira. So we're doing pull. No, we're not. We're doing fucking chest. So we might film a bit of that with Cal. And then yeah, it's a very basic day today, so nothing exciting. I'm not going to give you much. I'm going to save it for tomorrow. We got massage tomorrow. We've got training at Meritor tomorrow, and yeah, we'll catch up in the car with both Cal and Amira. Good morning. So we are on our way to Meritor. We're here with Cal and Amira with the firm, on our way to train legs. So this is our first leg day, and I hate saying leg day because I just like to say training legs. Away from Elite in probably ever. We've never trained legs anywhere else, have we? I'm very particular about training legs, and in the off season you will not move me from Elite. However, in prep, when priorities in the gym change, you know, the goal is not to increase strength as much and to push on tissue. It's more about removing body fat and just still hitting failure in the gym and getting what we can from the sessions. So being able to have that flexibility of going for a different session of legs is always nice. And also at Meritor we do have some lovely pieces which I've been wanting to get on, which I haven't been on for a while. So you know, they've got an Icarian hack squat, they've got the Atlantis pivot press, which I've never used, so I'm looking forward to using that, because we've obviously got the original Cybex one. So yeah, we're going up there. We all typically follow the same leg day. I think we're all the same at the moment anyway. You know, Cal stopped being a bitch this week because he's not got a photo shoot, so hopefully he will do all the sets. And yeah, so we're going to film a little bit of a session, not too much, but it's boring. But yeah, so, and as of this week I am 10 and nearly 11 weeks out, just under 11 weeks out, and I've been alright so far, haven't I, Carl?
Yeah, to be fair. This is your first Masters, isn't it?
My first Masters, yeah. So, yeah. Good one. Yeah, so here we go. Yeah, so if I could squeeze into Masters I would, but you know, I haven't really got saggy skin yet. Still holding quite tight. But so no tantrums. No drama. What's that? Oh yeah, Martin fed me up last night, so I got 5 guys and chips, and then Amira baked me a cookie, which was great. So, and my weight didn't move this morning, so I weighed in yesterday the same as I weighed in today. I was just a lot fuller, which is nice. But even yesterday I didn't really want to eat it because I've been in such a routine and my Monday's busy anyway. I did eat it obviously, but because it had a purpose, but I could have gone without it. But we're in a good spot, so we'll film a bit of our training. We won't film the boring stuff, we'll just film the good stuff, because who wants to watch someone do a fucking leg curl or a leg extension really? You know, all these gimpy bodybuilders on Instagram putting up fucking videos from doing leg extension with bandanas on. Don't get to any of that shit. So we'll just film the heavy stuff. Anyway, see you soon. So this is well worth filming for the YouTube bits. So last night we were in the gym and a lady comes in and I'd never seen this lady before. So Amira then comes out this morning and goes, "You won't believe who that was last night." And I was like, it seemed a little bit sketchy what was going on. So anyway, about 18 months ago, a lady rang me because my mobile is the elite number. So if anyone inquires or rings the gym, it comes straight through to my phone. And so I got a phone call off this lady, and she was inquiring about gym membership. And she was like, "Oh, you know, I'm training elsewhere on Wirral at the moment, and you know, the kit isn't great, but I know what you've got at your gym and all this, and I want to come down." So I was like, "Yeah, welcome to come down. Come and try us out, and then let us know how you go. And if you're happy, we'll obviously start a membership." So that was that. Hung up. 2 minutes later, she rings me back. So she rings me back and goes, "I need to come to mine and fuck me now." And I kind of like just took back a second and went, "Sorry, what?" And she went, "Get to ours now." And I was like, "Sorry, you know, you've just rung me inquiring about a membership, and this isn't kind of how it goes." And she's like, "Oh my God, I've rung the wrong number," and hung up on me. And that was 18 months ago. I haven't really thought about it since. Anyway, she came in the gym last night, and Mira said, "You won't believe who that was." And anyway, by the by, so never a dull day in Elite.
Jeez, did she sign up?
She's coming on Monday.
Get it.